a mannequin. She always makes me breathless and panicking. There's nothing I can do but stay out of sight. With every thought she makes my stomach feel uneasy. She says my name and my thoughts get crazy. But now we're more than this tonight. Lips the color of poison dark frog. Eyes the blue of my deepest fantasies. Such craving keeps getting away. Sweet like antifreeze. She's got this voice that was down from the hill, and it is saying tonight and bodies and kills. But you know I die for a word from those lips. But there's no alignment for other agendas, and we always decided someone to defend us. But it all fades away when she wiggles those hips. Lips the color of poison.
Hi everybody, how's everyone doing? It's me, your old pal, Big Ugly Jim, and I got my buddy Cory with me. I'm gonna bring Cory on the camera here, and Cory, say hello to the people.
Hey, how's it going?
Excellent. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great now that I'm on the internet's world greatest yammering show.
I don't like to brag about it, but it is a pretty fine yammering show. Of all the shows with yammer in the title, this is the one to be on.
Number one. I guess we both have two of the greatest internet shows on the internet.
It's true. I mean, mine's more off the cuff, and yours is a much more focused and compelling model. Why don't we take a second and just tell the people a little bit about your channel, or your you know what I mean, the thing you're doing.
Oh, you mean the greatest internet show of all time?
The greatest internet show of all time.
So I premiered a show that I've been working on since probably November, but most of that's been lazy, on Friday. So premiered it. We had support has been tremendous. It's basically just a show about me doing stupid shit. And that's about it. A couple of cool things I have going on in the plans. First episode was okay. Wasn't too pleased with it. Kind of rushed it, but the second one's going to be stellar. But it's just the internet show I'm doing because I'm bored as fuck during this quarantine.
Oh,
and plus I have a tremendous ego, and that kind of feeds into it now that I cannot be on stage when everyone's looking at me like in my huge, tremendous ego. So it feeds it very well.
These are important things, man. I get it. Like, I'm not really a big ego guy, but I sure as fuck miss being on stage and having all the people staring and cooing and cheering me on and all that stuff. Like, it's a thing.
Yeah, there's definitely something there. Yeah, no, just something I don't like sitting around and doing nothing. So, and I've always wanted to make like a YouTube channel back when you had Epic Meal Times and all that stuff there. So I finally got around to it during this time. Finally have the money to do it.
And that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, I've toyed with the idea of doing a podcast about 1,000,000 times, right? But I've never done it. And then it just popped into my head one day, and I was like, you know what? I miss talking to people. I should talk to people. I should video call people. I should do it on fucking Facebook Live so that like people can share in the experience. We can all giggle at stupid shit. That's a good idea. And then this whole thing erupted out of it.
Yeah, I like the live aspect to these shows. Especially that you can be interactive with the people talking. So I've definitely caught quite a few, and it feels a little more than back into that environment of being at shows, at the bars, catching something, and just seeing the people you want to see during the weekends when you're going out and about and shows. So yeah, it's good. It's healthy.
Absolutely, man. I don't miss everybody, because everybody in the world is there's a lot of fucked up people out there, but the people I miss hard. I miss you. I miss we have a very special kind of friendship, which is awesome. And I definitely you and the crew from No More Moments and After the Prophet, like, all good people. It's Emmett's birthday today, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So I was saying on the internet that for Emmett's birthday you should sing him "Careless Whisper." And like, here we are. You got a platform, man.
Remember why that's the Emmett, are you here watching?
Oh,
I don't know.
I was looking at comments. I didn't realize, or I forgot to look at comments. Oh fuck! How am I doing? Comments will be there. Comment. Do we have any comments? I'm scrolling.
He is watching.
Hey, Dad. Chris Saunders has, hey, but Emmett sent fire 1 minute ago, so he is watching. Let me set this up for you.
I have no idea how to sing.
Go, Cory!
We'll sing "Happy Birthday" right there. There we go. That's the number one I know.
You got to do more than that.
I can't. I could do it. What's his name? Frank Sinatra. Happy birthday. I don't have a beautiful voice like that.
You need me to take this for you?
Yeah,
Damn it.
yeah.
I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend. No, you're not a fool. Should have known better than to cheat a friend and waste the chance that I'd been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I danced with you. See, that's all it took for it. That's how you tell him that you love him. How do you do it?
I'll copy and paste yours, and I'll put my face over yours and make it look like I'm singing. But happy birthday, clap, clap.
That's awesome.
The best present I probably got. The best present I probably got him is that today I slipped and he didn't. It's funny. He's like, "Yeah, is that funny when it happens to you?" It's like, "Yeah, nope, it wasn't."
You went back over tea kettle, I understand.
Yeah, that shit hurted. My back is so fucked.
That's not awesome. So with the show, so I know that you did the first episode, and you called me in the middle of fucking night to get the weather report. Fuck, God damn it.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was I liked the first episode. I was so proud when he got it out. That first sequence there when I was walking was supposed to be this whole thing, but then the editing, there's that Ghost Jedi effect I was trying to do, and it just crashed my whole computer. And I thought I fucked my computer up, and I wasn't be able to get it out, so I ditched it. And I'm actually ditching the whole first episode and doing a completely different format. So I don't know if you've seen those Gordon Ramsay when he cooks YouTube videos and the way he talks, it's like real delicate and all that stuff. So the intro to my second episode is going to be me delicately cooking a fried bologna sandwich, but with his mannerisms and the shots and everything.
Awesome.
And then
make sure that you're like, this is a delicacy here. Yeah. A lot of people, the early Calgarians first discovered the making of the fried bologna sandwich.
Yes, it's gonna be good. And then even cut in the corner so it doesn't bubble up. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna shoot that one tomorrow. So that one, the first episode, I had a bunch of stuff shot prior to, but then I did that stupid video to where I gave myself a deadline. I'm fucking awful with deadlines. And I was like, oh shit, I gotta get this out. So the day after that, I was like, I'm gonna shoot. I laid in bed. So I think I uploaded that on a Tuesday. So Wednesday, I laid in bed. And I was like, yeah, no, I can shoot everything tomorrow. No worries. I have some stuff here. So Thursday, I sat down and I was looking through all of it. I was like, yeah, this is all crap. So then I was like, no, I can shoot tomorrow. So I shot Friday, and me and my wife shot everything that Friday. And then the night during the night, I was up to like 2:00. Then computer crashed, and I just put it all together. So not too pleased with how it came out because I know I could do a better job. But I think anything I put out would probably be crap. Like, they're definitely the two asshole Corys. So it's episode 2. Asshole Cory is gonna host, but he's gonna do it in an asshole way to where I'm gonna go to that same bridge I was at. And at the start of right after the Gordon Ramsay segment, it's gonna go up to the bridge and looking at me and it's like, "You're watching the greatest internet show." Then I'm gonna put my clothes into one of those long pillows and I'm gonna throw it off the bridge. It's like, "No, this is my show, bitch. You're watching the Cory White show." Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Completely hilarious. I look forward to it.
Yeah, and there's a segment I want to do in the future when this whole COVID thing goes up because it's gonna be a feud between me and Asshole Cory. To where I'll have we're going into the middle of nowhere, we're going to start burying Asshole Cory, and then I'll have a guest just randomly there. It's like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? Shovel the body in there.
Cory,
the writing process is, I don't, with that, it's weird when I do it, I don't think of it prior, it just all comes to me right on the spot there, more like ad limited. I'm not really much of a script writer, so all of that stuff, especially when I did the promo for it, when I had the two people yelling at me each other back, there was no script for that. All of that just kind of came together right in that spot there, and I was like, okay, well, it just kept it going, the momentum going.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. I remember when you posted up that you bought the camera and you were really stoked on, you know, wanting to try some new stuff out. And you did that first video where you were walking with your kid and the river and the rocks.
Oh, yeah, I
And
remember that.
it was spectacular. I really enjoyed it. And I was like, I sure hope there's more. And then I heard you were working on this show and I was like, it won't be the same, but it'll be awesome.
Yeah, I still watch those videos. That was awesome. I like those videos. I was kind of surprised of how those turned out, like how they looked, because this whole editing stuff and the camera and how to shoot the cameras and this lighting system I have here in the background, I literally just learned that like in the past couple months and even right there and right then. So that's been a learning experience. So editing is just gonna get better and better. I'm just actually surprised. It's like, oh, I could do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you don't even go to
That's,
college anymore. You just YouTube it.
you know, and it's true. Like, it's so weird. Like, you know, when I came up with the idea of doing this, I was like, in my head, I imagined something like the format that I'm doing right now. But then I was like, ooh, that's hard. And I don't know computers with my degree in them. Like, I can't do that. And which is just stupid, admittedly. And so I wound up by Chris Cowan from St. One Media. He saw me do a couple of just the regular Facebook lives and was like, let me help you. I can do this. And he set me up with some sort of like, you know, first steps. And I played around a bunch and came up with my own background, which is my guitar that I bought, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the cool thing too about this like this little I would say content community is that everyone is so supportive of each other without question. It's like yeah, let's do it because you guys have all given me like you Nate the Cowan and McCart, you all you guys have been tremendous support in getting this started and just helping out as well. You know, I find that really cool about the aspect, and it just shows how great of people that we are, I guess, instead of like having to like expect it or people like I don't know, like it's not a competition. Everyone's just genuinely there to help, and that's the best aspect I love of it.
yeah, no, absolutely. I think that is something that's easy to kind of forget, like, you know, but you know, when you come from like the music community where we've done, you know, what we've tried to build is a thing that's inclusive and welcoming and open for, you know, like, you know, whatever level you're at, you get the
Mm.
spot and you get, you know, people going, hey man, let me help you, let me show you a trick or two, you know what I mean? Like, that's a
Fuck.
beautiful thing in my mind. So it's cool that it translates over to what this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that is an awesome feeling that both worlds are still the same. And I think another part of it too is that we just know how much of a pain in the ass it is to fucking get this shit going because it is a pain in the fucking ass. I love it,
Yep.
yeah, but I'd rather keep myself busy than not do anything. I do a ton of shit. And it's like, well, I don't like just sitting in bed and watching Netflix as much as I love to. I feel like I get guilty. Like, yo, I need to keep busy, keep busy, keep busy. Learn something, learn something. And I learned this bullshit. Somehow I have a show now, which I've
Totally.
always wanted to do.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I went the other way. Like you actually, like, you bought equipment and you went and like learned how it all works and did things. And I was just like, Facebook Live, okay, I can do that.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
then
another thing there. You got it going, and people just help, and it makes it easier, which is fucking awesome. Yeah,
oh
my
yeah,
wife got me the camera for my birthday, and funny thing is, I didn't even use it for. I shot those videos, and I never picked it up for at least a month or two after that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Then we got the laptop here. I did the videos. I just kind of left it there, and then had a bunch of other shit going on. I was like, okay, am I ever gonna use it? It's like, hey, well, I think now's the time. Yeah,
yeah,
it's good.
absolutely.
Plus, I've been hyping it up. A lot of people ask, and I was like, fuck, I put myself in this place. I gotta put out this bullshit show.
It's not a
It's actually,
bullshit show. It's a good show.
yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah, that's another scary thing. There is when you put out something and you don't know what the reception is gonna be, and everyone's just been nothing but positivity, and that was really enlightening to me. How like people and a lot of it, a lot of these supportive or like all stem from the music scene as well, and a lot of my cousins and relatives. But yeah, seeing that especially the people in the music scene. Like I could name a ton of them, and I'm sorry if you watch it, but yeah, there's a lot. Like it doesn't just stem to like just the music support, but anything you're doing support, and that's why I think Calgary music scene is the best there is. Just that support, not just transferring over to this project here, which is awesome. It's been overwhelming, you know. And in that
I
aspect,
totally
that's why I
agree.
kind of feel like I let down episode 1 because I could have did it better. And number 2 is going to be ultimate, but you know, it's part of the learning process. And I'm just really nitpicky about the shit I put out. Like it has to be perfect.
You know what? That's attention to detail and caring about your craft. There's nothing wrong with that, my dude.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously I don't go the same direction because I'm just like I don't know. I don't plan anything. I just sort of hit go. But you know, I respect and I love the time that you take and the effort that you put in to come up with something unique and very you. And I think it's pretty badass, my dude.
It's all to feed my ego. That's plainly it. Just watch me in
But
my glory and the greatest internet show of all time.
you know, when you're so big that even Michael Cera tries to be you, like I think you have a right for an ego, my friend.
So, Nate actually brought up a pretty funny skit because it was my wife who started the whole Michael Cera thing. So, you know, the split screen thing I do with myself. I'm like, oh, funny story about when I did the split screen thing with myself. I had people actually thinking I had a twin or I had a brother that looked exactly like me. And I was like,
That's awesome.
I
That's
was like,
awesome.
no, that dude is way too pretty to be my twin. No, but
Not wrong, ladies.
yeah, so it's gonna be me dressed as Michael Cera, and both of my wife and Michael Cera, me, kind of just roasting me right here. So that's gonna be fun. It's coming in a couple episodes.
That's awesome. You know, like years ago I figured out that I could like do a little bit of photoshopping. And so I did things like, you know, I was in a band that would not necessarily, you know, be a good idea today in today's climate of politics, but it was called the Dead Benoits, and we all pretended to be Mexican wrestlers. And so we created like all fake Facebook accounts for these cousins, and they all wore their masks, and it was our cousins. And people were like, "That's obviously you, Jim," which it obviously was. Like, yeah, we're cousins, and we have the exact same tattoos. Like, that's probably real. But I took photos of like me sitting against the back of the couch, and then I took another one of me with the mask on and my arm around, like a different shirt on, and then photoshopped it together so it looks like it's on my Facebook. It's pretty awesome.
Hey, are you literally doing the what's that dude's name who talks super fast again? The
Ben Shapiro?
Ben Shapiro. Are you doing the? Are you really making a Ben Shapiro man? That'd be so like the singer could be
I
as
was
fast as him.
I was actually joking just today with my kid. I was like, imagine this show, Ben and Butthead, like the greatest show.
I really think that fascism has a lot of, I'm not saying I'm a fascist, but there's a lot of possibilities in the world of fascism.
You're like fucking brilliant, writes himself.
Fuck, that guy is unbelievable sometimes. But I love the way he talks. Like, imagine like the vocalist is talking. I think that.
When I hear his voice, honestly, like I'm not a good person. The first thing I imagine is like, what must it be like to be naked with him and him trying to like,
Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now, okay, is before you say anything, nope, before you say anything, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my penis inside of you. It's gonna be back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth.
not sexy.
That guy's wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of the idea of like? Because one of the segments I want to have in the show is like writing, narrating a joke, but then like actually filming it with the background with no noise. The reason why Michael Myers always goes back home, because in every movie he's always going back home. But
Yep.
how the joke starts is that someone found his porn stash, shit got out of hand, and then he went to jail. The reason why he doesn't talk is because he still wants to deny it, but he didn't get that chance because shit got so out of hand. So the reason why he's going back home is to destroy the evidence of his porn stash to say, no, that wasn't mine. It needs to be polished off. I thought of that real quick when I was watching it. I was like, why the fuck is he always going home when he doesn't talk? I was like, yeah. It was like, yeah, someone probably found his porn stash. He probably got that mad.
And they always say write what you know, and I can't help but notice that you've got a pretty legendary porn stash there, my friend.
Hey, it's not there yet. It's trying to cop. My dad has this rake mustache, and I figure the more knowledge I get, the bigger the mustache grows. So I'm still.
Did you say rape mustache?
No, I said the more knowledge I get, the bigger it grows. So I'm about 10 years away from
that. Like I thought you said my dad has this rape mustache, and I'm like,
I meant great mustache, rape mustache.
Oh, great! That's a way better. Yeah, I was like, there's no way Cory would be like, he's got a rape mustache. That's just not right.
I hope that phrase doesn't. And I can't even shave this off because I'm really bad with losing my ID. And if I shave this thing, I still get ID'd everywhere, and I'll be turning 30 this year. Everywhere I go, I get ID'd. If I don't bring my wallet to a trip to the store to get cigarettes, I will get ID'd all the fucking time. The one time I shaved it, and I just had this like 17-year-old looking face.
I get it. I used to look 17 if I shaved. I don't look 17 anymore. Like there's just too much fucked up here. But I still look really fucking strange. And I when I was living at the beer core house one day, probably about 3 or 4 years, or I guess 4 or 5 years ago now, I was like, I need a change. Not that change. And it was terrible. It was fucking terrible. And I mean, I'm also like, I'm a pale ginger, so I think that you can relate with me on this one. Does not grow in quickly. It takes a long time. So I'm walking around just looking like a fool for weeks on end or whatever. Fucking terrible. Emmett
Can you
sent a crying emoji. I think Emmett's sad. I don't think he's laughing. I think he's just sad. Sad for us that we're talking about porn stashes and our terrible experiences being
I gotta see that. I think, the only place I can grow, I can't grow a beard, but the only place I can grow is this weird patch of hair right here, and I have no idea why. It's just like right underneath here. So sometimes it just looks like ball sack hair, just right under there.
Yep.
It just grows.
That's the thing is like, beards are not possible for everybody. I could grow something all over my face, but it wouldn't look right.
But I can't shave it because it gives my chin definition. If I shave this, it looks like I have no chin. You see that?
Oh, I do not have that problem with this fucking nasty COVID fat. The worst, man. I'm like the frog boy. I was dealing with putting up some of the older yammers on YouTube today because I just figured out how to do all this shit. And I'm sitting, I've got the webcam on so that I can be like, hey, this next video is from a while back, blah, 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 blah. And I'm lying down as I'm sort of, working through stuff. I'm just lying on my bed and working on it. And, you're lying in your bed. It's like the worst possible. Everything is pushing up. And I'm like, oh, my God. My neck has a whole other neck. Like, what the fuck?
Mine has no. It's just trying to get one there, but it's just too small. There's so if I had nothing here, then you look like I have like my chin goes right into my neck.
The Simpsons. That's the Simpsons face. I used to have that. I when I was a kid, I had braces. You can tell by how perfect my teeth were. And but I had braces when I was a kid, and it was to widen my jaw because I got like my father's upper chunk of skull and my mom's little weak, timid bottom jaw. So I look like a Simpsons character.
Have you ever? I was watching the old episodes of The Simpsons. I never noticed like how when I was young in the older episodes of how many dirty jokes there were in there. It's like that one when they get trapped in the school and they have the salt thing there and they put Skinner in that ball sack and he said, And he tells that what was it, the little rat? He's like, now chew through my ball sack. I was like, what the fuck? At the time, it didn't register, but now I was like, oh, what the fuck?
That that is fantastic. I loved those references, and I never understood because everyone was so up in arms about The Simpsons. Like when I was a kid and it was a new show. God, I'm old. When I was a kid and it was a new show, it was like people were like, "I can't believe they'd make a show with a child who's an underachiever," and you're like, "You fucking crazy." So there's a comment here from Bradness Bullbear. It says 5 minutes ago I shared this link and told people check out their mustaches.
And now we're talking about our mustaches.
Well, we are. Well, we've probably been talking about our mustache for 10 minutes. So.
I think that's all this episode needs to be, is just talking about our mustaches.
Yeah. You know, I wish I could be like the guy that gets the ointments and things and like, oh yes, I'm wearing a nice barbershop smell today. You know, it's a lavender mostly.
What are those pipe tobacco things? Yes, splendid indeed.
Indubitably. Backgammon?
Could I have another Guinness?
Yes. I do enjoy me a fine Guinness. I'm gonna jump out for a smoke while we're yammering away here. Because I can, because my phone comes with me. Ooh.
Oh, I'm stuck on a laptop here.
What's that? Oh, you're stuck on the laptop. I feel bad for you. Is it going to suck to watch me blow delicious cigarette smoke?
I am an avid smoker. If there was a level, I'd be a level 10 smoker.
Oh yeah, I'm a level 13 smoker, and I won't make level 14 because no one does.
So yeah, mentioned to you about the new interview segment I'm gonna have on there, which is I think it's called Musicians Getting Beer. So just new. I want to not do the traditional interview style, but have the interviews of just going to get beer. I believe I mentioned that to you like 2 months ago, maybe a month ago.
I am absolutely in if you want to go get beer with me.
Yeah, and the thing is,
once that's legal.
Yeah, as soon as it is. I don't know when that's going to be, so that's we kind of hold up. But I did already announce that that's how the interview style is going to be on there. So it's basically like I ripping off comedians in cars getting coffee. So so it'll be my choice of what bar reflects. I think it reflects your personality to the guests there. So I'll go to like be different bars. Be like, yo, this is what bar I think you are a lot alike. But I only go to like. So that's how that's gonna go, and then we're just gonna get absolutely shit faced. Pretty fun. I want to do the bus part, but I keep thinking about it, and I don't think it's gonna work out because of all the noises and the camera stuff. I am getting one of those microphones to where you can put here, but I do want to do a test run with that there. So that'll be about it, and still no format to the show, just a bunch of nonsense, complete and utter nonsense.
That's good.
Comedy skits, and I want to do like that's basically it, just me talking about bullshit and whatnot. And yeah, it's weird actually getting used to talking to the camera just like that has been a process, but now it's pretty easy. And then at first it was like fuck, oh, I gotta say this, fuck, and it's kind of cool how like getting used to that there. So hopefully it'll be A+.
Yeah, man, it's very weird. Like the first time I did this, I got DJ Temple on, and I was like, fuck, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, fortunately, DJ's a gregarious chap, and we were able to have like a good chat and everything. But there were plenty of times when I was like, what am I even fucking doing? Like, I don't extrovert. That's not my jam. But I think it's because I'm such an introvert that this is more comfortable now. Because I'm like, well, I'm not around other people, and I'm just talking at my phone.
I totally get that. I'm more of like when I talk to people, it's more of like a quick couple of minutes. It's like, okay, yeah, well, we'll see you later. Oh, funny story. I was just talking about with my wife. Was I remember we went down to Verns that one time, and I don't know. I was telling her, yeah, no, I'm doing the Yammers with Jim said we've met him. She's like, yeah, you've introduced me to him like 3 times, and I do that with like everyone because most of the time I'm just kind of I'm a little tipsy. That happens, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah." I bet like same thing with I believe with Nancy as well. I've introduced Tiana to uh, her quite a few times, and like quite a other people in the scene. They're like, "Yeah, we know." I was like, "My bad." And the stupidest thing I've done too is I've introduced. I'm really bad with I'm really bad with names and sometimes faces, and I've done that like at least 3 times. And that's nothing to brag about. Just sometimes I have a forgetful memory. It's like, "Yeah, we met." I was like, "Oh yeah, fuck, I'm so sorry." It's like your 3rd time introducing yourself to me. Yeah.
I do that all the time, and I think there's like a certain number of brain cells that you can have, and I've used them all when it comes to like applying people's names and stuff. When I was dating Karina, it was wonderful because she just instinctively knew, and we didn't have to speak. Someone would come up, and I'd be like, "Hey, how's it going, feller? Hey, guy," and she'd be like, "Oh, Jim is so rude. I'm Karina." And then they'd go, "Oh, I'm Dave," or whatever, and I'd be like, "Dave, I was just about to introduce you, but I had no idea Dave's name." That was a good scam. But Tiana, if you're watching, I know you. We've met. We're good. Cory's got a good heart, but
She's actually,
he's also kind
she's
of
actually coming down right now.
Mm.
Did she come down? Tuna. All right. She's right there.
Hi, Tiana.
Hello.
Oh, wait, this is the perfect opportunity for Cory to introduce us.
Wait, hey, this right there?
No.
That is Tiana once again.
Hi, Tiana. Yeah, we were just laughing about how he introduces you to everybody like 8 times.
10 times.
10 times. I have the worst memory.
You know what? It's better to introduce you 10 times than never introduce you 1 time.
He always reintroduces me to the kids too.
Hey Clifford, this is Tiana. I know, I gave birth to her. There should be a segment.
Dad, her name is Mom.
Oh yeah, shoot. Okay. See you later.
Bye, Tiana.
Bye.
Nice to meet you again. She's a gem. She's an absolute gem.
Yeah, she's the we're like yin and yang, so she keeps me in perfect balance. Otherwise, I'd just be a spiral.
Yeah. The only real Cory is asshole Cory, is what you're saying.
Yes, that is true. So when I'm the real Cory and asshole Cory, that's actually the real one there. It's like on The Simpsons when they had the good Bart and the bad Bart. They put away the wrong one. That's exactly what happened.
Totally. I can just imagine you. You're writing parts for your show, and you're like, okay, so evil Cory's gonna do this. What would good Cory do? And Tiana's like, not be an asshole. How was that new?
Oh yes, that is fucking true. Yes, not be an asshole. It's like, how do I not be an asshole? Yeah, so we have. Yeah, it's gonna get interesting. Want to start writing, but yeah, I want to write, but more of just like a ad lib kind of thing there. So skits, it's gonna be good. The second episode is gonna be good. I've already been shooting a couple of them, and it's not gonna be too much in front of the camera or any like when I have guests on there. I'm not really interview kind of stuff. The only interview I want to do is the musicians on the bus getting beer. But when I have guests on there, it's going to be more for bits, like tiny bits. Like there's this bit I want to do to where, when I do the episode, Cory sits down and I'm talking to a few guests about how much we hate regular Cory. We're like, yeah, fuck that guy. And then that's the bit there with the guests, which is gonna be fun. So I want to do that, but I haven't really. I just thought of that one just like earlier today, and I was like, I should do that one there since asshole Cory is gonna be making the better show. Be like, yeah, fuck that first episode. I did the better episode. Check it out, and then we're gonna be like, let's grab a bunch of his friends and start talking shit about him.
Every now and then you should pop up and just be like regular good Cory and just be like, it was a pilot. Pilots always suck. Give it a fucking chance, asshole. There's a comment here from my kiddo Abigail. She says, where can we find your new channels? I know the answer, but I like you being on the spot.
So right now I'm just posting on my Facebook page, just for to kind of work out the kinks and everything. But actually, a quick answer to that is I'm working on a media project to help shoot other people with their projects. So I have the equipment, the camera, the editing stuff. So I want to help people who want to create their own content. So I want to help them shoot whatever they want to do. I know we have one cooking show, one guy we have ready to do the cooking show. Then we'll have the YouTube page, the Facebook page. I'm not really into Twitter, so I'm not going to get Twitter just because I need to. So I'm not going to do Twitter. I don't know how it works.
I'm not on
Um,
Twitter.
yeah, I go on Instagram every now and then. We'll probably just have Facebook and YouTube because I know how they do. But yeah, unfortunately, right now. But these episodes will be reposted on there, except for number one, because asshole Corey will not let that one go onto the YouTube, and the homepage is be like, fuck that episode. Not sure, but yeah, right now, unfortunately, will be just on my personal Facebook page. Kind of working out the kinks too, seeing how it goes. But so far, receptive. But that's the plan right here. We'll probably have that going in about a month and a half or two. But yeah, so right now just working on getting another person to jump on the media thing. And one thing here is that I'm not charging these people or anything to do this. I'm just doing it because I want to edit and shoot people's stuff, and that's it right there. As long as they post on the media page, yeah. But yeah, that's the idea right there. Those media pages, and then we're gonna do it in seasons. So season one will be like if there's three people on there, we get 3 episodes each, and then if they want to opt out and it does well for them, they could go and make their own Facebook page. And then if they want to work on it from there, then we just add new people and keep going with new people in different seasons per episode. And that's what I want to do right there is help other people create their content because I've always wanted to create this content like for years and years. I used to say YouTube money,
Mhm.
but now
You're
now
not
I'm actually
wrong.
in this place. And plus, I want to get more into like doing music videos and getting to that point, shooting music videos, maybe short movies or something like that, and see where this goes. But just want to work on my editing stuff as well, helping people out, and just that, and also to feed my ego, my ginormous, giant ego. You know, it's all about me. It's all about the Corey show. So, but yeah, right now you can see it. If you like, if anyone, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's simple. But yeah, that's about it. And then a cool idea I had for my episode naming is I want to do a post, be like, well, I'd let the see if it works. To be like, yo, comment below and see what you want the episode to be, no matter how outrageous people make comments. And like the one with the most likes will get it. So that's pretty daunting. Someone might like some pretty fucked up shit for the show to be called, but kind of like more audience driven in those kind of ways. And then doing stuff like that. So that's the idea for episode 2. Maybe next week I might drop that post to be like, yo, you could name the episode. Just drop thing. The one with the most likes gets that's the name of the episode. Like, this is the one you guys choose. This is the one you guys thumbs up. And then it's not on me if something's really bad. It'd be like, you guys are fucked up, but this is what it's gonna be called.
Yeah, that reminds me of when I think it was a boat that they wanted to name, and they made I think it was the British Army, and it was like they were going for Bodie McBoatface or all this
Bodie
shit.
McBoatface, that's the one. Bodie
Yeah.
McBoatface.
That
And then they had to
I
create
love
some
that
bullshit for it.
What's that?
But yeah, that's where it is. That's where it's gonna be. So in a month's time, I don't even know what the name of the media thing is gonna be either. I was thinking of trying to translate asshole Corey media into Blackfoot, but I don't think that's gonna happen. No.
Why not?
But it'll probably have something to do. No, it sounds cool, but I kind of think it'd be a little bit disrespectful to our language to have something named like that. It's all fun and games, but you got to be respectful to the language, right? And not demean it. Because I kind of thought about it as like, yeah, we people is no, but then kind of give other people thoughts like, well, I kind of think it's abusing the name, to be honest. And they'll be abusing the language and not the proper way, respectful. It's a cool idea, but I think it's just, in my opinion, it's disrespectful to my culture. Fun idea,
Totally get that, and I your answer makes good sense. As a honky, I find that interesting because like I don't respect my culture, I don't respect my skin color. Like they're the default standard for the world, and not necessarily in the best of ways. So it's I think it's cool that I'm getting to see through friends of mine's eyes things like that, like the idea that like, no, I don't want to disrespect my language by doing this. it's a funny idea, and I bet there's ways that you can incorporate Blackfoot into your show that would be completely not disrespectful and fantastic and would really be like a cool thing. But yeah, no, I get it, and I think that's awesome, man.
Yeah, maybe we can have a Blackfoot language channel on the media someday. That'd be pretty good.
That'd be totally
Yeah,
cool.
but yeah, that was the thought I had at first, but then I thought about it wouldn't be that respectful.
Don't
Yeah,
worry,
and then
it's a Zoom meeting. Babies cry. It's a Zoom meeting.
yeah, that's the little guy, little Clifford, my pride and joy. Well, I got two of them. I got Michael, who's 10 years old, and Clifford's 1. And yeah, they're awesome. I love being a father.
It looks good on you, my friend. I've seen photos of you and your kids and videos and stuff, and you're a very loving dad, and that's awesome. And obviously, Tiana's a phenomenal mom, and the two of you guys are doing great work.
She's just yeah. It reminds me of that. You ever watch Casino?
I don't think I did.
With Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci.
I don't think I did. Weird, but yeah.
Joe Pesci's character is a scene in that where he's like a really fucking like the rankest douchebag, debaucherous guy ever. But no matter what, every morning he goes back to make his son pancakes. And I was like, yeah, that's the perfect description of me. Yeah, no. I love being a father. That's like why sometimes I say that's something I think I was born on this planet to do, and pretty crazy. But life's all about balance. I got the father of 2. Managed to do this, keep social life, just kind of inspire them. If they see me doing stuff I love, then maybe they'll be like, "Hey, my dad did a bullshit show on the internet. Maybe I could make something way awesomer." Stuff like that. Myself busy working, making sure I'm doing good at work. That's also such a good thing there. So playing music, keeping a social life, it's all about inspiring them instead of me just sitting around and doing fuck all. But I don't think that's a very good example to show them. But spending time with them is probably the most important. Like in December, the reason why I didn't upload because I was getting sad because he wasn't able to go to school and see his friends. So we just been taking him out like in December, spending time to make sure he was out with too much television, which is good. That's important. That comes over most. So I guess we could blame the greatest internet show not coming out in December on my family.
Best excuse there is, man. Best excuse. You're a little choppy in your audio there. I'm not sure if
yeah, no.
something.
Test 1. Can you see the world's greatest hair?
I can see the hair. The hair is amazing. Like, did you grow that yourself?
Yeah, the world's greatest. Yeah, all by myself. Even this mustache here. Another 10 minutes on the mustache.
Yeah.
Took me 29 years to grow this magnificent beast.
And
not
it's
not the ball sack chin hairs.
Yeah, you got to keep them grabbing a beer.
Yeah, so I don't know if you caught on the interview there with Carlin, but we announced that we're going to be doing it with No More Moments. We're going to be doing we're going to be recording a new EP coming up here pretty quick. So that's exciting. It's kind of on the front of No More Moments news. So that's yeah, I'm pretty stoked for it. It's going to be fun. The last album we had come out was really good. We had a good reception on that. That felt really good too, to do that there. Then we're working on with my other band, Before I Fall. We're working on another single. We got another single coming out for that. Reception has been very well with the projects on that. So overall, music is doing well. But at the same time, it felt a little good to take a little break. And I've been going pretty hard with music for I don't know how long now. When's the first time we shall not speak of the first time we've met on stage? The jump.
It was good. I just had to give you that. But that is going back a line.
Maybe you should tell the story.
That's 3 Ds ago. 3 Ds ago. So my memory of the story, I believe it was after The Prophet was the first distortion or distillery show. It was Beercore Punk versus Metal show. And you guys were fun and energetic, and You know, obviously, you know, as time has gone on, you got tighter and tighter, but you were still like, you were a good band. But I remember, I believe I was like, which one of you is the bass player? And you raised your hand. I was like, you should never jump up and down. You were jumping up and down like super into it, but you were way off the beat, and I didn't know how you could be playing correctly and being just like, you're going like
Yes, I remember that. I was like, oh, I got called out. That was the best. Yes.
If it helps take the sting away a bit, my first show with Johnny Incognito was the first show that I fronted a band. We were playing at the Shamrock, and the bass player, the original bass player, was a cameraman for Global, and he had some friend of his came down to the show and brought his camera because he had to do like local footage for the credits for Sports at 11:30. And we were on stage, and he shot our band for the credits of Sports at 11:30. And I didn't know that was happening, but I was so fucking terrified. I had one hand just like in my pocket, the other one holding the microphone just like this. And I was doing my terrified, fucking terrified. It was like the worst performance ever, and it's on, you know, Sports at 11:30.
Did you see the Shamrocks?
Oh yeah, why real rock?
Is that the
when you
one?
do Shamrock?
Is that the one right beside the Stampede grounds? Was it
No,
back
the
there?
Shamrock's in Ogden.
Yeah, I think that's the one. That during the Stampede time, I don't know if you saying this, that used to be like a wild party spot for Indigenous people back in the day when during Stampede, it got wild. There's some wild stories there that I wish not to tell on this place here. But
Yeah, the Shamrock was very much like a roughneck bar, and lots of working class people, lots of Indigenous people, and it was funny because, you know, it was one of those bars that always had like, oh, you don't go to the Shamrock, you'll get stabbed and shot and murdered. Never. I played a bunch of shows there, and I mean, like, I'm talking punk rock band playing in a bar that is not ready for punk rock, and I never had anyone say boo to me. The worst thing I ever had anyone say to me was this one guy comes up and goes, you know, you guys kind of remind me of Blues Traveler. And I was like, oh, why is that? Well, you're fat.
What do you do in those instances? I've had that. We've had a reaction like that with once over at the Gleason bar here. We had a reaction like that once to where it was, I think it was during the powwow, and we were playing, and we had like, you know, it was like the country music scene in there, and, you know, they didn't really like the metal stuff, so we had people turn around the speakers and whatnot, and I was like, okay, well, you guys all suck. But we had our boys there, so they were turning back around the speakers, and it was cool. That was cool to see them have her back there. But yeah, that was probably the only show I've ever had with the kind of reaction like that. And they're like, fuck this place.
Yeah, I've had a few shows like that. Not a huge number, fortunately, but I've had a few. And my answer is, I just fucking play right through it. I don't care what the hell people do. You don't want to like me, you don't have to.
Right, that is the mentality there.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't need to make anyone's friendship here. This is just the world. I'm here to play some music. You don't have to like it. We got weird compliments, like the Blues Traveler thing. I think the guy was thinking he was like being nice because there was no malice in it. And even when he was like, well, you're fat, I think what he meant was like, I saw Blues Traveler once and they were really enjoyable, and the big fat front guy was so fun, and then like, you're a big fat front guy and you're so fun. Like I think that's what he was going for, because it wasn't like you're fat. It was like this should be something that I hear and go, oh, right, of course, yes, Blues Traveler. Now I see.
Another Is this someone with no people skills?
Oh yeah. Another time there was one of the guys that was a reporter for Global came down, and he just was like drunk and stoned out of his fucking head. And we played, and he comes up to me and he's like, hey. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, you know who you guys remind me of? No. The Doors. Okay, buddy. Like, in his mind, he was like, I think he was probably like, you know, you guys are mysterious and interesting, and you're playing things that are like blowing my mind. when in fact all I heard was a band that doesn't sound anything like you. I wasn't really paying attention. Like, for the record, for those that are watching, this is Johnny Incognito, and that's the intro music that I play is from Johnny Incognito. It's from a song called "Sweet Like Antifreeze" that I wrote about, about being sweet like antifreeze, because antifreeze is sweet, and then you drink it and you die. So it's a love song.
Yeah, those shows are so weird. But I don't. That's probably the only show I can think that was actually terrible. I don't think I think of any. We have some good venues. The venue that I kind of like doing was when we did the beer core of when we did that same year with the jump in over at the Stetson. That was that's the only time I played there. That was a neat venue. It was cool. That's
I
when I
love
first met. That was a good one. That's when I first met Mike Hugars. That guy was awesome. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Stab Twist Paul. They've done a lot of stuff with us here. They've been a big supporter. It was good. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a really good one there. Yeah, and then when did you start playing bass?
Oh, I started playing bass like 20-ish years ago, something like that. Probably more than 20 years ago. But I didn't play it like 20 years. It's not like this is the culmination of my abilities.
Oh, like in between now and then.
Yeah, so I picked it up. I literally, like, 3 days after I bought a bass, I was on stage for my then friend's band. And I didn't know how to play, but, you know, he had a gig and he was like, "Do you want to play bass?" Okay. And so I played bass in his band, and then that fell apart, and I started a new band, and then that fell apart, and I started Johnny Incognito, and I was like, I don't want to play bass. I want to be the front man. I want to fucking scream and yell and be a wild, crazy person. And then I did that for Johnny Incognito and, Regurgitones and a bunch of stuff. And then I got back into playing bass with Bitch Kryptonite, but it wasn't like a full-time thing. It was literally we would jam the day of a show. And and that was, it was fun, but it did not challenge my incredible abilities. And then when I got in the Keith Morrison band, I started playing upright bass, and I started to take it seriously and to want to be better.
Yeah.
But the thing, like, when I started playing bass again, I was like, well, I'm good. Like, I've improved since the early punk rock days, but there's a lot of room for growth here, and I probably need to do better. And totally fucking, just was a thing. I was just happy to, keep playing whatever the stupid shit I was playing. But then I got the opportunity to join Dr. James Reddy and Bodies of Everest. So I'm playing bass in a ska band, which is completely, high speed, lots of walking. And I'm playing bass in a prog metal band, which is all the crazy time signatures and stuff. There's a message here. I just noticed it. Emmett says, "Tell him about Lethbridge." And there are 3 laughing till tears in the eyes emojis are there.
Which story? Oh, Lethbridge.
That's an Emmett question.
I think I know what it's talking about. But shit, the Lethbridge story. So I think this is the one it's talking about. It was Halloween, and it was Halloween. We were playing at this Eagles Hall. We were playing someone's birthday party. I forgot who it was. And we were playing, and basically the show just ended up in a brawl because I was playing bass, and then I got in the crowd. Then someone bumped me pretty good. Then I went back, and then everyone started fighting, and it turned into a big giant ass brawl. But prior to that, when I was playing, because I was drunk as fuck. Honestly, we were way younger. We was like years ago, drunk as fuck. So someone snapped a picture while I was playing. And I don't know if I was like that, I don't know, but the chord was not even in the fucking bass. It looked like I was just rocking out. And I was like, everyone was looking at it, and they see the pictures, like, look, your cord's not even plugged in. And I was trying to think, it's like, how long was it not plugged in? So I go into the crowd. Man. I go into the crowd and bump in there with the bass, and then someone starts pushing, everyone starts pushing each other, and the show stops. And it just turned into this big ass brawl. And the funny thing was, everyone was in costumes. So you have all these people dressed up in Halloween costumes fighting. And I remember seeing, JT. There was a guy dressed up as Slash, but he didn't know his name. So it was like, "Fuck you, Slash! Fuck you, Slash! You want to go?"
So I'm doing in Lethbridge right now, watching this video, going, "I remember you, you motherfucker."
So everything goes outside, and we actually the venue actually, I don't know, like if we fucked this up for any show, because I don't remember any shows at Eagles Hall after this. Believe me, we deeply apologize, but yeah, and then I was trying to find a dude. I was mad outside. Everyone goes outside, and the venue owners actually locked the doors with all our equipment inside, and with only like two people go in and out. It was a fucking shit show. But the funniest thing I remember was someone yelling, JD yelling, fuck you, Slash. Just a bunch of people in costumes fighting. That was the best. That was an
It's
absolute shit
like a
show.
cosplay meltdown.
Yes, it was rank, and yeah, it was a good memory. That was a good
Right
memory.
on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, and it was of course it was the natives who stirred shit up. Yeah, those natives fighting natives, and then that dude. The funny thing about that was I don't know if that happens, but a lot of times with natives they'll see each other again and they'll apologize. So we seen the other guy and he apologized. I apologized about what happened. So that was some cool reconciliation about 2 weeks later. Yeah, and then going
Right
back
on.
into when I started playing bass, but yeah, that's a funny story, the Slash thing. And I was wearing a Mario costume, and it was just it was a complete shit show. It was a good show actually. I forgot we had a couple bands that played before that, and it was a good show. Lethbridge always had good shows. I just said, what's the other venue there? There was Eagles Hall, and there was Moose Hall. That was the
Yep.
good times there. There was this when we first started when we started doing shows with ATP when I was in there, I had this shitty ass Saturn. I don't know if this was that same time, but I had this shitty ass Saturn. It was the gold car, and the windows would freeze up completely when you're driving. Sometimes it'd be a hit or miss thing. It would freeze up the windows. The windows would be all frosted as fuck, and sometimes we had to park it. So we were driving down 901, just leaving the reserve, and then the windows started frosting up. So
Uh-huh.
we're like, shit, should we go? Should we go? And mind you, we had there was like 5 people in this tiny car, all our gear in the trunk. And I was like, it was icy as fuck. And then the windows started frosting, and we're like, should we go? So there's a tiny hole right there to where you can see outside. So we're basically just switching from going like freezing our head off out the window going and then looking under, going under, then
Yep.
eventually just went out. That was a good story there. It was good times. That's when we had Cash in the band. I think Kai was in the band at the time too. I don't remember. But yeah, those some good times. Lethbridge was always that we were on our way to Lethbridge. Lethbridge stories are always crazy. It's like the time with I went down with Carlin and the Moments. This was before I was in Moments. We actually got a blowout while we were going to Lethbridge. There's always crazy things happening when we go to Lethbridge. It's been a curse, but we always have good times.
Yep.
But
Lethbridge is
it's
the
a,
place.
it's a curse. I don't very much enjoy the drive though. I hate driving. But back to when I started playing bass, so internally I'm lazy and I always try to find a faster way so it's not harder. I actually picked up bass because I seen everyone else playing guitar and I was like, hey, why don't I play in bass? And I could be in a band. And then years later, I'm in a couple bands. So it worked out
Excellent.
on my end. That's how I started. It's been a journey, picked up off and on. So that's about it. I'm okay, not too good. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Like I've always been happy to like not be. I'm not Flea. I'm never gonna be Flea. I just want to
Mhm.
play music and have fun.
Yeah.
And I like lately being able to challenge myself a bit and do things outside of my comfort or whatever. But at
Yeah.
the end of the day, like I'm just playing because I love it. I'm not playing because I'm gonna be discovered and make a huge career as the best bass player in the western part of Canada.
Well, with my ego, since I have the greatest internet show on the internet, I have to be the best player, in the world. Just because of my ego. It's not because of me. It's my ego. So that's how I think about it. I was joking.
I think
But weird thing enough, when I'm learning bass, like I play punk bands, metal bands. I don't when I'm learning songs or want to expand. I don't actually learn punk or metal songs. I learn stuff with like bass lines and different things other than that because it kind of expand your. It's just weird. I don't know. It's weird. I learned that way, and I find
yep,
it's easier for me to learn that way because then you have a diverse range of stuff instead of just isolating yourself to one style. Then you have a whole expenditure of styles, and you could implement that into whatever you're working on. So
yeah.
that's kind of I was like, okay, yeah, that's good.
That's totally, man. I really believe you don't get better by playing the same stuff, right?
No.
And on that note, speaking of better, you better appreciate this comment from Che. It says, "I love Cory White with a heart."
Love you too, Che. That guy's awesome.
He really is a rad
fucking.
human.
Kayaktis, that's like, oh, they when we did the memorial show, they tore the roof off that place. It was so good.
Oh yeah,
So good. That was a good show.
they're just phenomenal.
Yes. Live shows, it's gonna make me want to miss live shows even more. But just seeing people like hanging out with Shay with the times I have is always just nothing but chill, ultimate vibes. Like one of the most coolest dudes you can hang out with, besides myself. Yes.
It's true though, like, and that's the thing I think that we're really lucky with in our music scene is there's so many people who are just good, just good people to hang out with, like yourself, Emmett, Che, Mark Russell, me, obviously. Like there's, and I could go on and on and on. I could even, really, really stretch it and say like, Justin Hall. Probably not. No, I'm just kidding. I like Justin. You know what I mean? Like there's all these people. Che says only because Youngbloods fucking brought it so hard.
Oh, yeah, those guys are good too. Crazy thing, going back to that, I was talking about this last week. I didn't get used. I never did hug people until I met all you guys. Then I started getting used to the hugs. That's a true story. To the hugs. Like, yeah. Never. Yeah, it was never a hugger until I met all you guys, which is cool. I was like, hey, that's actually pretty cool. It got me out of that comfort zone in a healthy way. So
I remember when Carlin started coming to shows. When I first met Carlin, and I came walking in one day and I was like, Carlin, and I went over and I gave him a hug, and I think it was like, I think it scared him. I think there was that, like, you kind of felt him rigid up, and then he was like, oh, this is nice. This is not like, it's nice. Like, I can hug another man. It's going to be all right. And it's good because we sure fucking wouldn't have stopped anyways, right? We're hugging the fuck out of that boy every time I see him.
Yeah, I think that's how we all felt. This is normal at first. And I'm like, I'm not used to this. What is this?
Yeah,
love and support.
I believe that we live in a world that's full of all kinds of shitty bullshit. We have too many people ready to kick us down, right? Yeah. I just want to be there to lift us up.
It's like what's that saying? I seen something on Facebook. Like it doesn't matter what skin color you are, where you're from, how you are. Either you're a good person or you're a piece of shit. I seen that. And I was like, hey, that's true. That's what I live by. It's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like none of that matters. It's just if you're a good person or a bad person, then that's It's like if you're a shitty person, then go fuck yourself. But it's crazy.
Absolutely,
sometimes you can see that right away. It's like, okay, I know you're a shitty person, so yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, just nothing but good vibes. I miss those vibes.
Yeah. Those are huge, and that's honestly one of the biggest things I miss about live music. Is I can listen to the bands on recordings. I can watch YouTube videos. I can talk to the people, but there's no hugging, no fucking hugging. And the music, you should come. I can't make it loud enough.
Well, I'm not sure what the restrictions are going to be like, but you should come out to we're having the live stream with Citizen Rage and his last words, Youngbloods and Before I Fall, and if sorry, I don't know how to say that band's name. My apologies. If that other cool band that I know a lot. No, I actually haven't seen them yet. One of our guitar player knows they do, I guess, is in a cover band with one of the members there. So this is actually my first time seeing them. So no disrespect, it's weird. I have dyslexia, so I'm really bad. Like earlier today, I was sending an email to something, and I was like, I meant to say good. I was writing good afternoon, gentlemen, but in my mind, it's spelled out good afternoon, gentlemen. That was all.
Like, you know what? We know who these people are. Those gentlemen.
Yeah, so it's a good thing I didn't send in that email. But yeah, I forgot what they were called. If I can't pronounce it, that's the only thing. It's a weird pronunciation. But I think there are a couple young guys coming up. So yeah, I checked out one of their songs. I forget Paul and them played it on everything. They sound pretty good. They're gonna be good. So always welcome them. We got a couple young people coming in. So when I see that, when they're not like in like the younger guys coming in, and now we're kind of a little bit more veteran. Um, I think about how you guys to treat them like how you guys like welcomed us and all that when younger people are coming in with that same warmth and positivity. So
Yeah.
that's how I see with like the younger people, which is something that you guys taught myself and how to treat like other people, especially like if they're in bands or anything like that. Positivity, because it's discouraging getting up there. So yeah. I just feel like an asshole that I can't pronounce your
Yeah,
name. But yeah.
you build each other up, right? Like, one of the nicest bands I ever worked with before anyone knew anything about anything was that first show that I was talking about earlier at the Shamrock. There was some band, and I don't remember their name for the life of me. They were not anything that blew my mind or anything like that. And then we played, and then there was this band called Abortion Grenade.
Oh,
The boys from Abortion Grenade, and they were so good and so nice to us. Like, before they got it, when we were coming off stage, Jarence and Norm, and is it Jeff?
yeah,
Third
Jeff.
guy? I think. Yeah, Jeff. Yeah. Sorry, my
Yeah.
brain went a little spacey there. We're coming off stage, and they're just like, "Wow, that was so good, guys! You guys are awesome. We love you so much. We should do more shows together." And I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah! Are you guys gonna be awesome too?" And they're like, "Yeah, we are." And they got on stage, and they had like fake body parts, and they were wearing like corpse paint, or no, not they were wearing war paint, and one of them had a gas mask on, and like just scared the fuck out of the audience, and we're just like, this is awesome. Whoa.
Those guys are pioneers on the reserve. Pioneers.
Absolutely.
They were huge, and they still are. Yeah. Those guys are like some of my personal local heroes. They really paved the way for people like me to join the music scene. I've been to so many of the shows, and they're so awesome. Sometimes I see in their Facebook that they're coming back. I'm like, don't tease me, come back. But yeah,
Yeah.
Norm's. Did you catch Norm's Pizza Police? That shit is so fucking
yeah.
good. I
I've
love the
seen all
pizza
3
right.
episodes.
I didn't see the third one yet. Oh wait, yeah, I seen the third one earlier. I love the pizza rights. I love the pizza. That's so genius.
That's the thing, is like Norm is such a creative genius, and I'm actually we tried to have a Yammer earlier this week, but he's gonna come back on Saturday, and we'll have that. So I'm excited about that, because Norm's just he's practically family as far as I'm concerned. I've known him forever, and he's just always been just such a great human.
Yeah, that is like Pizza Police. That is awesome. I thought that was good when I heard those pizza rights and the power of crust.
Power of crust compels me.
The only thing I don't like is that I crave pizza like really reg after I watch it. That's awesome.
Totally.
It's like,
all right,
I don't
Cory, I'm afraid my computer is looking like it's getting close to death. So figured I'd give you a chance. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest or chat about or ask me or anything like that?
You don't have to ask me twice to talk about myself, the ego.
I get it.
No, just more of plugging the show here is that I'll have another show. I'm not going to do deadlines because I suck at deadlines, but they'll be released 2 weeks apart, and we'll have a YouTube page going up. I don't know what the name is yet. They'll probably just make a post and be like, "Yo, you guys name it," and then if it's a really ugly, rough name, and I'll be like, "This is what you guys picked. I'm not the Bach. I'm not diabolical. You guys are. You guys are the perverted ones, not me."
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm working on that. It's going to be a continuing thing. It's going to be a continuing thing, hopefully, for a long time. So I want to keep that going for as long as I can. I'm pretty busy, so hopefully, I'm just hoping I could keep up with it. It may not. I got a lot of things to do during the day and whatnot, but I want to make time for this, and that's what I'm doing. But I'm taking it slow, not rushing it like the first one, and I have a ton of excellent ideas coming up, and just maybe we'll introduce our musicians getting beer with our first guest, Jim Martin, coming in.
That sounds like good.
Coming in 2022. 2022.
2-0 double deuce.
Yeah, as soon as restrictions come up, we'll film that and we'll get it out. And it should be a pretty good segment there. So I'm going to film it all. I might have to get a videographer or something. But that's basically all I have. We have the live stream show on March 13th with Citizen Rage. His last words, Young Bloods, Before I Fall, Ephemeron. Sorry.
Ephemeron. I think it's Ephemeron.
Ephemeron. I don't know how to say that, but Ephemeron. Yeah, those guys are good.
Not
I've seen a
100%
couple.
sure.
Yeah, look them up. Let me know. They're on the page there. So look them up. They're good guys coming up. So yeah, that's what we have coming up for here, and that's about all I have. Moments coming out with the album, and that's about all I have for the greatest person on the internet. I'm talking about you.
Man, I clearly, I want to say thank you, Cory. I had a great time chatting with you tonight. I love you, brother, and I can't wait
Me
to
too.
be in the same space as you. And yeah, if restrictions are acceptable, then I'll definitely be happy to come up to that live stream because I had a blast last time we did that.
Yeah, that was a good time. I got secondhand high, which I do not smoke weed at all. But I was in a space where people were smoking weed, and I got secondhand high. Not a good time for me. That shit was
It was
good.
a great time for me to watch you. Just like,
It's like, I think I got secondhand high. I don't smoke weed. I can't do it.
neither can I, but I get it. Anyways, my brother, you have a good night. Stay safe. I love you, and I will see you soon.
Love you too. We'll see you soon.
Bye, man.